The company's diversification in the late 20th century changed everything. What began as a single product was becoming a global portfolio, but success brought new challenges. Coca-Cola would face controversies, health debates, and the need to adapt to a rapidly changing world. Do you forget English advanced vocabulary when you try to speak? You're not alone, and this method can help. Welcome back to English Through Stories, where you learn naturally by listening to real stories. Here's how it works. You'll see the bold words, hear them in the story, and remember them through repetition. Over time, this practice builds your fluency, so the words come back to you automatically when you speak. Diversification. The process of expanding into new products, markets, or industries to reduce risk and increase opportunity. Acquisition. The act of one company buying or taking control of another company or its assets. Marketing strategy. A long-term plan designed to promote a product or brand, reach target audiences, and achieve business goals. Building a beverage empire. By the 1960s, Coca-Cola realized it needed to grow beyond its core product. The company began a strategy of diversification to reduce risk and capture new market segments. This diversification meant introducing new flavors, products, and even entering entirely different beverage categories. The goal was to become a complete beverage company, not just a cola producer. The first major step was the acquisition of Minute Maid in 1960, a company that produced orange juice and other fruit drinks. This acquisition gave Coca-Cola a strong position in the juice market. It also demonstrated the company's willingness to invest in products that complemented its soft drink business. More acquisition deals would follow in the coming decades. Coca-Cola also developed its own new products, including Sprite, Fanta, and Tab. Each product was designed to appeal to different customer preferences. This diversification strategy helped the company compete with rivals who were also expanding their product lines. The approach required careful planning and significant investment in research and development. The company's marketing strategy evolved to support this broader portfolio. Instead of focusing only on Coca-Cola, advertisements began promoting the entire family of brands. This marketing strategy emphasized choice and variety, allowing customers to find the product that best suited their taste. By the 1970s, Coca-Cola had become a multi-brand beverage giant with products in nearly every category. Public relations. The management of communication between a company and the public to build a positive image and maintain trust. Controversy. A situation that causes public disagreement or debate, often challenging a company's reputation. Boycott. A collective refusal by consumers to buy a company's products as a form of protest or pressure. Corporate responsibility. A company's commitment to act ethically, contribute to society, and minimize harm to people and the environment. Managing public opinion. As Coca-Cola grew larger, it faced increasing scrutiny from the public and media. The company invested heavily in public relations to maintain a positive image. Public relations teams worked to address concerns about health, business practices, and social responsibility. They understood that protecting the brand's reputation was just as important as selling products. In the 1980s, Coca-Cola faced its first major controversy when it decided to change the formula of its flagship product. The new version, called New Coke, was meant to taste better and appeal to younger customers. However, loyal fans were outraged by the change. The controversy led to protests and negative media coverage across the country. Some customers organized a boycott of New Coke, refusing to buy the product until the original formula returned. The boycott gained national attention and became a major crisis for the company. Coca-Cola executives realized they had made a serious mistake. Within 3 months, they brought back the original formula under the name Coca-Cola Classic. The new Coke incident taught the company important lessons about corporate responsibility. Executives learned that they had to listen to customers and respect the emotional connection people had with the brand. The company also strengthened its public relations efforts and improved communication with consumers. This focus on corporate responsibility helped rebuild trust and turn the crisis into an opportunity for renewed loyalty. Sponsorship: financial or material support provided to an event, person, or organization in exchange for public exposure or promotion. Acquisition: the act of obtaining ownership or control of another business or valuable asset. Marketing strategy: the organized plan a company uses to identify its audience, promote its products, and increase sales. Sports and sponsorship: Coca-Cola recognized the power of sports to connect with customers around the world. The company began investing in sponsorship deals with major sporting events and organizations. This sponsorship strategy allowed Coca-Cola to reach millions of viewers and associate its brand with excitement, competition, and achievement. The approach proved highly effective in building global recognition. The company became an official sponsor of the Olympic Games, a relationship that continues today. This sponsorship gave Coca-Cola exclusive rights to sell beverages at Olympic venues and use Olympic symbols in advertising. The partnership enhanced the brand's image and demonstrated its commitment to supporting international events. It also reinforced the company's position as a global leader. Coca-Cola also focused on acquisition opportunities in related industries. The company purchased Columbia Pictures in 1982, hoping to diversify into entertainment. However, this acquisition did not produce the expected results, and Coca-Cola eventually sold the studio. The experience taught executives to focus on their core beverage business rather than unrelated ventures. The company's marketing strategy during this period emphasized emotional connections and shared experiences. Advertisements featured athletes, families, and fans celebrating together with Coca-Cola. This marketing strategy reinforced the idea that Coca-Cola was part of life's special moments. The combination of sponsorship and emotional advertising helped maintain the brand's dominance in an increasingly competitive market. Addressing social responsibility: by the 1990s, consumers and activists were demanding more corporate responsibility from large companies. Coca-Cola faced criticism about its labor practices, environmental impact, and health effects. The company had to respond to these concerns while continuing to grow its business. Public relations teams worked to address issues and improve the company's social and environmental record. One major controversy involved allegations of poor working conditions at bottling plants in developing countries. Labor unions and human rights groups accused the company of ignoring worker safety and rights. This controversy damaged Coca-Cola's reputation in some markets. The company responded by implementing stricter standards for its bottlers and increasing oversight of operations. Environmental groups also criticized Coca-Cola for its use of plastic bottles and water resources. Some activists called for a boycott of the company's products until it addressed these environmental concerns. The boycott efforts gained media attention and put pressure on executives to take action. Coca-Cola began investing in recycling programs and exploring more sustainable packaging options. The company strengthened its commitment to corporate responsibility by creating sustainability goals and publishing annual reports on social and environmental performance. These efforts included reducing water usage, supporting local communities, and promoting recycling. While critics argued that more needed to be done, Coca-Cola's focus on corporate responsibility helped improve its image and demonstrate a commitment to addressing global challenges. Health concerns: public worries or issues related to how a product or practice affects physical or mental well-being. Regulation: a rule or law created by authorities to control how businesses operate or products are made and sold. Regulations, the collection of official rules that ensure safety, fairness, and compliance in industries. Digitalization, the use of digital technology to transform how a company operates, communicates, and delivers value. Sustainability, the practice of meeting present needs without harming the environment or limiting future generations' ability to meet theirs. Health and regulation. In the 2000s, Coca-Cola faced growing health concerns about sugary drinks. Medical research linked excessive soda consumption to obesity, diabetes, and other diseases. Public health advocates called for stricter regulation of soft drink marketing, especially to children. This pressure created new challenges for the company and forced it to rethink its product strategy. Governments around the world began introducing regulations aimed at reducing sugar consumption. Some countries imposed taxes on sugary drinks, while others restricted advertising during children's television programs. These efforts on regulations impacted Coca-Cola's sales and required the company to adapt its business model. Executives had to balance profitability with public health concerns. To address health concerns, Coca-Cola expanded its portfolio to include more low-calorie and zero-sugar options. Products like Diet Coke and Coke Zero became increasingly important to the company's strategy. The company also invested in water, tea, and sports drinks to offer healthier alternatives. This shift reflected changing consumer preferences and the need to respond to medical evidence. The company also embraced digitalization to improve communication with customers and adapt to new shopping habits. Coca-Cola launched mobile apps, online marketing campaigns, and e-commerce partnerships. Digitalization allowed the company to reach younger consumers who preferred digital platforms over traditional media. It also provided valuable data on customer preferences and buying patterns. The focus on sustainability became a central part of Coca-Cola's response to criticism. The company committed to using more recycled materials in packaging and reducing its carbon footprint. These sustainability initiatives were designed to address environmental health concerns and demonstrate leadership on climate issues. While progress was slow, the efforts showed a willingness to change and adapt to new expectations. Rebranding, the process of changing a company's image, name, or design to refresh its identity or attract new audiences. Equity, the value of ownership in a company or, in a broader sense, fairness and equality within an organization or society. Reputation, the general opinion people have about a company or individual based on past actions and behavior. Legacy, the lasting impact or achievements a person or company leaves behind after years of work or influence. Rebuilding the brand. By the 2010s, Coca-Cola realized it needed to modernize its image. The company launched a major rebranding effort to appeal to younger, health-conscious consumers. This rebranding included new advertising campaigns, updated packaging designs, and a focus on transparency about ingredients. The goal was to make Coca-Cola relevant for a new generation while preserving its core identity. The rebranding effort also emphasized the company's commitment to social equity. Coca-Cola invested in programs supporting women entrepreneurs, small business owners, and disadvantaged communities. These initiatives were designed to improve the company's reputation and demonstrate its values. The company wanted to be seen as a force for good, not just a profit-driven corporation. Coca-Cola's legacy as one of the world's most recognized brands was both an asset and a challenge. The company had to honor its history while adapting to modern expectations. This balance required careful management and strategic decision-making. Executives understood that preserving the legacy meant evolving with the times rather than clinging to outdated practices. The company's reputation had been damaged by years of criticism about health and environmental issues. Rebuilding this reputation required consistent action and clear communication. Coca-Cola published detailed sustainability reports, engaged with critics, and made significant investments in social programs. These efforts slowly began to restore public trust and improve the company's standing with consumers and stakeholders. A changing world. The 2020s brought new challenges that tested Coca-Cola's ability to adapt. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted global supply chains and changed consumer behavior. Restaurants and entertainment venues closed, which hurt sales of fountain drinks. At the same time, health concerns about sugar and processed foods intensified. The company had to respond quickly to survive and maintain its market position. Coca-Cola accelerated its digitalization efforts during the pandemic. The company invested in e-commerce, contactless payment systems, and digital marketing. Digitalization became essential for reaching customers who were shopping online and avoiding physical stores. This shift required significant investment in technology and new partnerships with digital platforms and delivery services. Governments continued to introduce stricter regulations on sugary drinks. Some cities banned large-sized sodas, while others required warning labels on bottles. This regulation reflected growing public pressure to address obesity and related diseases. Coca-Cola worked with regulators to find solutions that balanced public health goals with business interests. Though not everyone was satisfied with the results, the company doubled down on its sustainability commitments. Coca-Cola announced ambitious goals to achieve net zero carbon emissions and make all packaging recyclable. These sustainability initiatives required major investments in new technology and processes. The company also faced criticism that its efforts were not moving fast enough, but executives argued that meaningful change takes time and collaboration with partners across the supply chain. Legacy and future today, Coca-Cola stands at a crossroads. The company's legacy as a pioneer of global branding and marketing is undeniable. However, maintaining this legacy in a world focused on health, sustainability, and social justice requires constant adaptation. The company must balance its history with the need to innovate and meet new expectations from consumers and society. The reputation of Coca-Cola remains strong, but it is no longer untouchable. Younger consumers are more skeptical of large corporations and demand transparency and accountability. The company's efforts to improve its reputation include investments in social programs, environmental initiatives, and healthier product options. These actions are designed to show that Coca-Cola is more than just a beverage company. It is a responsible corporate citizen. Rebranding efforts continue as the company seeks to appeal to diverse global markets. Coca-Cola has launched campaigns celebrating cultural diversity, supporting local communities, and promoting equity. This rebranding reflects a broader shift in corporate values, where businesses are expected to contribute positively to society, not just generate profits for shareholders. The company's commitment to digitalization will shape its future success. As consumers increasingly shop online and engage with brands through social media, Coca-Cola must maintain a strong digital presence. Digitalization also provides opportunities to gather data, personalize marketing, and improve customer experiences. The challenge is to use technology in ways that respect privacy and build trust. Coca-Cola's ability to navigate these complex issues will determine whether its legacy endures for another century. Thanks for watching English Through Stories. Remember, the best way to improve is by listening again and again. Each time you'll notice more details and the words will start to feel natural. If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone learning English. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next story. Keep practicing, keep listening, and your fluency will grow step by step. See you in the next video.